Hey everyone, it's Kenji. I'm here at home and we're gonna make some scallion, we're making some Shanghai style scallion oil noodles. So this is a recipe from my new book, which I just got a copy of. Right now it's, what is it? It's early February and I just got a copy of it. The book's coming out in March. I don't know when this video is coming out, but at some point, you might see over here in my kitchen is Brett. He's a writer from GQ, which is a magazine I've honestly never read, but I hear is very popular. But he's writing a story about the book and what I do here. So that's who that is. So scallion oil noodles. This is a very typical Shanghai style dish. Scallion oil you'll find all over, not just in noodles. You'll see it as a condiment and used as an ingredient in dipping sauces, in marinades. It's great because well, you can make a big batch of it and it lasts forever in your fridge, and then you kind of have this concentrated, flavorful thing to just add whenever you want it. So I'm going to start with a couple bunches of scallions. I'm just cutting the greens into relatively large pieces. I split some of them in half, and then I'm going to cut them into about 2-inch lengths. And then the whites, I'm going to cut them a little bit finer, so lengthwise into a few pieces. You don't really have to be very precise about this at all, because you'll see what we end up doing with these. Then the only other ingredients that we use are shallots and oil. And that's going to be the scallion oil base. And then when we actually get to cooking the noodles, I'll show you what we do there. But super, super simple recipe. This is part of in the noodle chapter of my book. There's this whole section on hot dressed noodles, which are noodles that you have a series of condiments in your fridge. So this is one of them, scallion oil. There's a recipe for a pepperoni XO sauce. There's a recipe for mala chili oil, things like that. So there's one for burnt garlic and sesame oil. So they're condiments that you can make in batches that stay in your fridge and will last there for months and months and months, even years. And then all you need to do is boil some noodles, get that condiment out, toss them with a couple of extra pantry ingredients, and you've got a meal. So I'm going to do some shallots here as well. I'm sorry, you might also hear the baby upstairs. He's been having some stomach troubles. Last night he was up every hour in some kind of pain. All right, so a couple shallots. I'm just gonna roughly chop these lengthwise into slivers. So I'm going pole to pole on these, as opposed to, pole to pole is the top and the bottom of the shallot are here, and I'm keeping my knife parallel to that line as opposed to going across. If I was making something like fried shallots, I guess these are technically going to be fried shallots, but if I was frying shallots until they were crispy, I would probably go the other way because I like the way they look. But for this type of recipe, I want my shallots to be in longer pieces that are sort of mimic the shape of those scallions, because when I toss this with noodles at the end, having those long skinny pieces of scallions and shallots, they kind of tangle themselves up in the noodles and they make it easier to pick up with chopsticks. All right. So shallots, scallions, and oil. This is rice bran oil. You could use basically any neutral oil will work. Peanut oil works fine. You could also use lard, canola oil, vegetable oils, soybean oil. I'm going to put just enough oil in here to cover them. It's going to be a couple cups. And then we're going to heat this up. And that's basically it. We're going to let this cook until the scallions are starting to turn brown. You can cook this to different levels. And actually, I think in the book I said you should add the scallion greens in towards the end, just because it gives you a little bit more textural contrast. I just shoved them all in at once this time, which works fine. But you can cook them to different levels. You can cook them until they're completely crispy and brown. I like to leave them a little bit tender, so that they're still kind of flexible when you're done. But I'm going to bring this up to, right now I'm over high heat. I'm going to let, as soon as it starts to bubble, I'm going to reduce the heat down to about a medium. And then it'll take around 8 minutes after that point for the scallions to cook down to the level I want. And I'm just going to sit here kind of lazily stirring them every once in a while as they go. I'm not going to force you to watch all that. So that's what I'm going to do. And I will see you in about 2 minutes. It's been maybe 3. So you can see it came up to, all the stuff started bubbling. So I turned the heat down here a little bit. And so you want it to kind of maintain this very steady, soft bubbling. You don't want it to be very vigorously bubbling because onions, you know, they have a lot of sugar in them and it can tend to burn very easily. So you want to keep it nice and relaxed and go at a relatively slow pace so that you can keep an eye on it. So I'm going to keep it here. I'm going to keep it stirring. That's the other thing you want to do because it will heat up more around the edges than it will in the center. So you do want to stir pretty regularly to make sure that everything cooks evenly. And so, yep, I'm going to continue doing this for a little while. So I will see you again in about, I don't know, 13 minutes or so, 12, 13 minutes. It actually took a little longer than I mentioned at first because what I actually, the recipe actually says you should cook the scallion whites and shallots for about 8 minutes. And then you add the greens in and cook for another 4 minutes or so. And then you let it kind of rest for a couple minutes to cool. I just threw everything at the beginning, which is fine. But so now I'm at this point where you can see the edges of the scallions and the shallots are starting to turn kind of golden brown. You don't really want to go beyond here because as this cools, it's going to continue to cook. And as I mentioned before, like scallions and particularly shallots, they go very quickly from being perfectly sweet and caramelized to being kind of burnt tasting. So making this stuff or frying onions in general is sort of like making eggs, where you want it to actually be slightly underdone by the time you take it off the heat so that the residual heat will not overcook it. All right, so I'm gonna let that sit to the side for a second. Meanwhile, I'm going to cook my noodles in here. So for these noodles, these are fresh wheat noodles. You can also use something like, you know, spaghetti if you want, or dried wheat noodles, whatever you want. But this is what you would typically make a dish like this with. I've got boiling water here. These are just going to cook for a minute or so. All right, now that that's cooled down a little, I'm just going to pour it out into a bowl here, and then I will later on transfer it to some containers to store in the fridge. Noodles are done. I'm gonna drain. Now, to finish this dish, so this, like I said, you can store this stuff in your fridge, and then whenever you want to serve the noodles, you just got to cook your noodles, add a few tablespoons of that oil, probably about a 1/4 cup for every 2 servings. And get some of the debris on there as well. A little bit of sugar. And then a little bit of light soy sauce. You could use shoyu as well, Japanese soy sauce, and dark soy sauce. This Chinese dark soy sauce is mainly for the color here, so if you don't have it, you don't need to worry about it. Okay, and I'll just give that a quick toss here. Just let that sauce cook a little bit until the sugar is dissolved. Oops, I forgot to set aside the noodle for the dogs. I'll have to give them a different treat later. And let's get this set up here. There we are. Add just a little bit more of this stuff at the top of the garnish. And that is Shanghai style scallion oil noodles. They're really hot. Okay. All right. Guys, gals, non-binary pals, I will see you next time. Brett will see you next time, maybe. Yeah, see you later. Bye-bye.